I suppose it's about once a year now that we do a feeding all my pets, and that is what this video is going to be. Get ready for feeding all about 100 of these pets. Now, I do have to put a caveat that that is not all of them that will be fed, because some of them are snakes, some of them do not eat in front of us, so we will offer food to those who will be fed, and yeah, that's going to be the feeding all my pets. So get ready, 100 plus reptiles, feeding all my pets. Let's go. Editing Mike here. I just wanted to mention that this is in no way advocating for you guys to own hundreds of pets. This requires myself and my partner Bree to maintain everything, make sure everything's getting done, clean everything, and have everybody running smoothly. So don't take this as your bill to go get 100 reptiles. If you can, great. If not, please don't. I'll also mention right now that if you guys are interested in the actual feeding portion of the video, click this timestamp here. This is when the feeding actually starts. All the way up until that timestamp is basically preparation. There is some good stuff there, so I encourage you to watch it if you can. But if not, and you just want to see some action, once again, this timestamp right here. Enjoy the video. The beginning of every feeding video definitely begins in the kitchen, and that is where we are now. You guys can see we got everything all laid out, some stuff already cut, showing you guys some tips and tricks. Let's go. Honestly, there's a few things that makes this whole process go so much more smoothly. I'll leave links to all the products that you guys see that help us with our meal prep and make it a little bit more streamlined. I'll leave those all in the links down below, so make sure you click the Show More tab and check them out. They are Amazon affiliates, so it's an easy way to support me at no extra cost to you. First off, we will talk about this little lettuce chopper. Well, it's just a chopper in general. It's manual. You can buy powered ones, obviously. This was like maybe $25, $30, something like that. I'm sure there's some better ones that you can buy as well. They'll leave a few different options to them, but they got blades on the inside. And then I guess while we're here, we can talk about a magic bullet. A blender for your Pangea is so useful. Obviously, it doesn't have to be the brand magic bullet, but just a small blender for your Pangea. Along with the magic bullet, the small blender, whatever you guys feel interested in buying, is a little bottle. Now, this is a little bit less useful if you have like one crested gecko or something like that, but if you have several geckos, chahoua, leachianis, crested geckos, of course, this combo, power combo. These little squeeze bottles are incredibly useful, so you can make a good batch that will last you about a week, week and a half in the fridge, and you can just dump it in. We're gonna get all the food in the kitchen all sorted. Let's start off with the veggies. We're just gonna load the butternut squash. Now, this isn't something they get all the time, but it is a semi-frequent occurrence for them. And that's what we're left with, some beautifully finely chopped butternut squash. Now we can get to chopping some figs. Now we're just preparing the greens. This is the escarole going in right now. And then we also have over here some dandelion and some collard greens. We switch them out with the seasons. A staple is the collard greens and the escarole, but in summertime we do grow some wild greens for them. As much variation as we possibly can. We strongly recommend that you're not feeding just consistently green romaine lettuce. You can feed kale as well. The only things you really want to stay away from are spinach, because it has such high oxalic acid. The kale has like 100th the amount. Spring mixes from different grocery stores, stay away from the ones with the spinach in it, or if you get the one with spinach, try and take it out, or just don't feed it all that regularly. That's kind of the solution to that. And that's the result of some fine mixing. That thing was full. We don't chop up the bigger stuff just because Sheldon is more than capable of consuming the large, thick stems of like the kale and collard greens and everything. Besides the stuff that's going to Indy, this will be for the crickets. We do feed them a gut load about 24 to 30 hours before we feed the crickets off. So we have already made some and put some in there with them because we will be feeding them off today. But this is just for the future. Now we're mixing some Bluey Buffet for Indy. And by we, I mean Brie. Now we use the Bluey Buffet as almost like a dressing for his salad. None of that crap that you can buy from reptile shops that's like salad dressing for your bearded dragon salad. No. In here we have some of that frozen cat food. We have a little bit of the fig and some greens all mixed up. The fig in there is given very, very infrequently. I see a lot of people feeding their blue tongues a ton of fruit, like half a banana with every meal, and I think it's excessive. So that's the recipe for Indy, the blue tongue skink, that you guys will see very shortly. What are you doing? Now we are going to be preparing the Pangea, as I already mentioned. We are using the fig and insect with a little bit of extra added fig as well. You can see with the magic bullet, you kind of have to start with the liquid first and then add the powder to it. My beautiful partner here will get that done. Screw that on. What's it smell like?
Candy.
Ooh. Dang! That's good. That's some good stuff. And that's where the squeeze bottle comes in handy. Now we've made enough Pangea for like a week and a half. So this is all the kitchen prep. We got the salads, we got the cricket food, we got the Indy food. We have some leftover Pangea that we'll probably sprinkle over some of the salads, and we have the Pangea. Now let's get feeding.
Okay.
All right, our feeding station. Let's go. So first off, we are feeding Indy. This is Bree's blue tongue skink. You can see that we have dusted it with some calcium. He is definitely food ready. Something that we notice quite frequently is that people tend to way overfeed their blue tongues. We only feed him once, maybe twice a week. This is what he gets. He gets a full dish. He eats it over the course of about a day and a half. Did you even get anything?
I think you got all lettuce.
There you go. This is quite the eclectic mix for him.
Waste of energy.
Yeah, he's really putting in a lot of effort for very little role. You guys might notice that Indy here actually does not get fed the typical blue tongue diet of like either cat food or dog food. You saw us feeding him some frozen food, and that's what we tend to go with. Rather than feeding the kibble or even the canned stuff, this is just a better option in our opinion. We do use the cat food because it tends to have less vegetable matter in it, so that's why we add our own greens, our own figs, the squash that you guys saw us add. That's all intentional. You can definitely see that he enjoys it. We'll swing back around later on and I'll update you with how much he actually ate, but that is Indy. So you guys can see that we have our Calcium Pro. This is the Arcadia product in a little icing sugar duster. It comes with a lid as well. We labeled it and we keep it either somewhere it's dark and cool or the fridge when we can. I'll leave links to the little shakers in the description down below with all the other stuff. They work like a charm. We are going to be using it with Sheldon because he gets a big bushel of lettuce. Which he'll be very excited about. And a lot of calcium, apparently. This is Calcium MG. He will go through all of this. Before anybody comments, I do realize that he does need a beak trim, and we'll be doing that in the very near future here. Our vet is a good ways away, so I will be doing that next time I head to Guelph. Okay, you guys can see we're giving him a mixture of pretty much everything that we offered. In general, I make it a point to not feed any fruit pretty much throughout the year. This is just one of his literally like 1 or 2 times a year that he actually will get some fruit. All right, so next up is Tytula here. He is definitely ready to eat. He's looking kind of like poop because he's shedding, but you know what? It is what it is. We got Bree put in the container over here, quite a bit of salad, and then we also give him a good amount of the figs and whatnot. And then I believe with him we'll be adding some of the Pangea dressing, I suppose. Just gets a sprinkle of it. This is just an occasional treat. You guys have seen me feed him on Instagram. Some Pangea, some homemade gecko diet. He definitely does not get it super regularly though. And then of course we also sprinkle on some Calcium Pro MG. So it's calcium and magnesium. Motor on over to his tank.
Please don't. Okay. Come here.
It's like, whoa, crap, wait. Tytula loves his figs. So if you guys don't know, this is Tytula, our Fijian banded iguana, Brachylophus bula bula. A true treat that we get to own one and are privileged enough to keep him here. It'll probably only be a few short weeks until he's in his new tank and thriving. Now with Tytula, he gets a super varied diet. We try and feed him a lot of hibiscus and flowers in the summer. And then in wintertime, he slows down a little bit. He doesn't get quite as much variation, but I mean, he loves his figs. We typically buy figs maybe like 10 times a year, and he's a big fan. That's Tytula, the Fijian banded iguana. Now we can move on to the next critter in the room. And now we're back at the prep station. The next on the list is the uromastyx. You guys know that I have uromastyx geri, and I get a lot of questions actually on what I feed them. Right now, it's December, so they are in kind of a cool down mode, but they're on some weird schedule where even in the cool down, they're eating a ton and they're very active. Continue feeding them because they're out. You guys can see they get a mixture of pretty much the same things. They don't get the Pangea though.
Nope. Move.
She's jumping for it?
She jumped for it.
There's Hugo. When he sees the squash, he'll literally dig through and kick a bunch of the salad off the tray in order to get to the squash. So he's a very large fan of his squash, but they are both large fans of food. They're both doing great. This is a special feeding. They definitely don't get fruit all that often. Again, maybe 3 or 4 times a year, if that. And this happens to be one of those times because we had some figs. If you guys are new to the channel, this is Hugo and Olga. I don't know if I said their name. They are the uromastyx geri, Saharan uromastyx, Niger uromastyx, whatever you want to call them. It's all the same thing. Alrighty, I will let them finish off their salad here. If you guys are wondering, we feed them about twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, but I really don't like to overfeed my animals. I really don't think that as adults they need to be fed much more than that. As you can tell, these guys are on great weights. I'm gonna let them finish off their salad and Hugo finish off his squash. Let's move on to the next animal. We're feeding Rune some fig, as you guys can see.
Okay.
Oh man. All right, well, that's feeding the chahoua some fig. Oh my gosh. All right, well, needless to say, she enjoys fig. We get that reaction from a lot of the chahuas as well, which is fantastic. Speaking of fig and chahoua, why don't we feed crested gecko diet, or I guess in this case chahoua diet, now? This is us feeding. I'm not gonna bother showing you guys everybody eating their food. This is just kind of our routine on what we do. This is for the chahoua up here. A couple more going up here. our pair of chahoua to the babies that you guys are gonna see. Nobody's out right now. So morning geckos are up here. They'll definitely be back to eat, but they're super shy. And here you can see the morning geckos eating. These are the adults. Clearly there was a kerfuffle and somebody kicked some substrate into their dish, but she's definitely chowing down, enjoying her meal. There we go. So that's the morning geckos all fed. These are the first chahoua that we ever produced. Look how well he blends in. So well. So this is the one that is available. So if you guys are in Canada or the US, we do offer shipping. Of course, I'm going to use this as an ad for Jungle Vault. It's down below for thejunglevault.ca. This is the very first baby that we ever produced. He's super dark. He's super fired up right now. He's got the white collar. He's also got that cool band on his nose. I'm sure you guys can see that as well. Send us an email, send us a message, comment on this video. Thejunglevault.ca, links in the description. You guys can go check it out. And these guys are just as simple as that. Pop in some Pangea. This is listening to people with much more experience with chahoua than us, like Mike from the Chahoua Chamber, and several other people also believe that chahoua really aren't figured out yet. We do think that there's more to their needs than just crusty gecko diet, which is why we feed them a 50% crusty gecko diet, 40% insect, and a 10% homemade kind of smoothie blend. I make a separate video for the smoothie blend that we do for ours, and something that's worth noting is that we also keep these guys under UVB. Right now, you guys can see the UVs up there, and they are down here. They do get very low radiation down this low. We used to have them on another bin that kept them very close to it, and they got a little bit more UV then. But we're definitely just trying out various different things with our chahoua. This baby is what? Hatched in August, and you can see how huge it is already. This is our holdback. We're not sure what sex it is yet, but depending on the sex, it might be available at some point. Bree's giving a very unimpressed look. That is the beautiful chahoua babies that we have. We do have one more that you guys will see. Now this is the other chahoua baby that we will have available. Well, that is available actually. He's very cute. He's got great coloration, but as you can see, he's definitely a runner. PI chahoua, I guess, is worth mentioning. All right, we put it in there. So this is our baby rearing area. You can see Bree, she's just going to feed them. It's a very easy, simple process. We just have these Tupperwares. These are all Urodactylodes of various different species. We have 3 different species of Urodactylodes here. You can see this little baby here. This is Urodactylodes occidentalis. A gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous species of Urodactylodes. These are all available. So if you guys are looking for some Urodactylodes occidentalis, definitely let us know. Again, shipping to the States is possible. EU and UK is also available for these guys if you're interested from out, I guess, east or west, depending on how far out west you want to go. We do have a shipment going to the UK, so if you guys are interested in the UK, let us know. We'd be happy to include you in the order. But this is the process. Simply going through. Typically we have a pair of tongs. Yep, Bree has tongs now. And we just open the hatch, drop some food in, and go on from there. These are the baby morning geckos. There we go. Morning geckos are fed. They will come out much later and collect some bounty. And the last of the 2 very full Urodactylodes dishes go into the Urodactylodes adults tanks. We have the Viardi here. You can see her. They will literally go down there and consume this probably in the next like 10 minutes. They are total savages when it comes to the gecko diet. You can tell she's already alert and ready to go. She is gearing up for it, and the male is, you know, mailing, chilling. These guys, the occidentalis, are a little less, I guess, food intense, but they are still very, very food hungry, and they will go down and clear out that Pangea in the very near future. Now we are at the fruit fly time of the video. These are hydii, so these are the bigger fruit flies. We'll be using these for the Amirga, and then we also have the little melanogasters, which are for the Ranatomea as well as the Ufaga. You can just tell the size difference here. So to feed them, you just want to tap them all to the lid, and then you just open it up, tap, there you go. With a clean cup like that, they're going to be able to climb the sides. We're adding some calcium plus because it has D3 to it. Give them a stir, and they won't be able to climb anymore. And just tap them down into there. So now it's time for the melanogasters, the small ones. These guys produce way faster, so there's a lot more of them. And that way we can feed a lot more of them. Give them a shake. And I think we're gonna start with the tachydermis. I'm sure are kind of aware of what's coming and will come right up and eat. These are the baby Tachydermis smaragdinus. These guys are, I believe, the only ones in Canada. Bred here at the Jungle Vault, or like Tytula, whatever you want to call it. These guys are also known as the emerald grass lizards. You'll see their parents very shortly. These are just two of the baby female holdbacks that I have. But these guys are just so interesting and active that it's really hard to beat them. They eat pretty much anything that moves and that will fit in their mouth. They'll eat small crickets, they'll eat the hydii, the larger fruit flies, they'll eat these fruit flies. They probably also eat bean weevils as well. They're a great addition to pretty much any reptile lover's home. They're very active, they're very inquisitive, they're very, very cool, but that is the baby Tachydermis. Now we can move on to feeding some of the dart frogs. We got Breeze, Ranatomea vanzolini. Right now they're just in a bin. They will be getting moved to a custom glass tank that I built for Bree. These are the frogs these are Bree's first frogs, actually. Well, first dart frogs. I have brought her into the dart frog family, and these are the ones that she chose. We have a trio of them. I believe 2 females and 1 male, but they're still pretty young, so we can't exactly tell 100% just yet. But I mean, look at them. They're such stunning frogs. Like, absolutely gorgeous. That concludes the dart frogs. We can move on to the next one. Here are our cricket bins. We have the small crickets up here, and then we have the bigger crickets down here. This is just the way we do it. We have custom made some bins with some screen mesh. This is the actual metal mesh because they can chew through the other stuff. A whole bunch of airflow. And then you guys can see the dish of food that we give them. We have already fed these guys. They're already gut loaded. This is just for the next time. Starting off strong with our first contesters, we have the Tachydermis smaragdinus, the adults. These guys go absolutely nuts for this. They're all horking down on the ground, so it's hard to see, but these guys do play keep away pretty well. Basically, they catch one, and then especially the male. The females are very food motivated. The male will catch one, and as you guys saw, he just ran like straight up to the top here to finish that one, and then he'll run back down, catch some more, and then come back up. Giving them a... There you go. That's the Tachydermis. They're snacking down. It's time to move on from them to our first little baby Strophrus. This is Strophrus ciliaris. Strophrus are known for their ability to eat much larger prey than most other lizards will go for their size, I mean. He will go for like 3 and 4 week crickets, even though he probably shouldn't. But you can just see, they are crazy. Absolutely little nutcases, but it's so good. They eat so well. Moving on from our little baby Strophrus ciliaris, we can move over to little Cyrtodactylus, who is very food motivated. Nice grab. Cyrtodactylus peguensis zebrachus, otherwise known as what, the clouded gecko or something? Thai ocelot gecko. It has a bunch of different common names. We just go by the Cyrtodactylus. Cyrtodactylus peguensis. I think they're also called the Thai bent-toed gecko. Thank you very much to Empire Reptiles Canada for gifting him to us, because he is one special little gecko. Now we can move on to the other geckos. These are Geckoella right now. They bounce between Geckoella and Cyrtodactylus. These are the Nebulosus.
That's a really big one.
That is huge. But you grabbed it.
Oops.
These guys, yeah, these guys.
That was the only big one.
I know. Yeah, there's 2. There's a pair in here. These guys are gorgeous.
Beetle.
That's the beetle. Don't grab that. These guys sing like canaries. I'd really like to get them on camera at some point singing, because there's no real good calls of them on the internet. Yeah, these are the Indian clouded geckos as a common name. I'm sure they have another 30 common names, but...
That's a beetle.
Back.
That's a beetle.
It's back. Yeah, these guys are just gorgeous. You can see the coloration on its back.
Looks like a clouded leopard.
Yeah, very happy to have these. You saw that little one eating. We're just gonna leave these guys be. Whoop, gone. And I guess that's our cue to move on to the next little cricket eater, Leucasium damium. These girls are hilarious. We got the 2 females just waiting up front for food,
like
and they'll literally jump for food.
Oh, here she goes. Oh, it's on your head. Oh.
Whoa, freak out. It's touching me!
They're not very good hunters, though.
Yeah, these guys are much less adept hunters. And they also hate being touched by either human or cricket, apparently. You can just see how gorgeous they are. There's Set, and she's feeling left out. What the heck? Where's my food? She's like, hello? She loves jumping for them. There we go. Super cool little Australian geckos. Really happy to have them. Really hoping to produce them. Maybe not this season, but hopefully next season. Then we also have a male over here that we'll toss some food in.
I think he's hiding at the back.
Yeah, he is.
Food.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, they'll eat them.
Yep.
There he is.
There he is. Hi, buddy.
They like to hide in rock crevices.
And there he goes. We did just recently get another beautiful Australian species of gecko. These are what we affectionately call the jelly bean geckos, because they look like jelly beans. Their actual common name is the helmeted gecko, and their scientific name is the Diplodactylus galeatus. That's the super aberrant one that we have.
This little baby as well.
Little tiny baby.
And then
We just fed them yesterday, so we're not going to feed them again today.
he's under here, but he might be tough to see.
Oh, there he is. Hi there. They're very shy. You're probably going to have to move him to get that rock back down. This is another pet, but we're not going to be feeding you in this video. No. Sorry. Sorry. Can you not? Yeah, you're very cute though. Thank you. aftermath of dinner time. Alrighty, now it is time for turtle feeding time. These are Geomyda spengleri, the Vietnamese black-breasted leaf turtles. They are absolute clowns when it comes to eating. They love their crickets, they love their turtle pellets. They will go crazy. Running around, chasing crickets around. Hi! What can I help you with, sir? This is the male.
Want food? Here he comes.
He's thumping.
Here he comes.
Oh my goodness. Savage. Absolute savage. You missed. How did you miss? He was in water. Yeah. Oh.
No, no, no.
Yep.
No.
There. Get it.
No.
No, that's out. Where'd it go?
No, that's still out of the tank. She sees the ones in the dish.
Alrighty, and last but certainly not least is the Aki. This is Vulcan. He is a Speedy Gonzalez and he loves his food. Ready? Alrighty, and that's going to do it for Vulcan. We'll see you later, buddy. Camera's dead, so iPhone will have to do. Hi, Striker. How are you, buddy? We had a little bit of a scare with him. He's definitely getting old. His back legs are not quite what they used to be, but he's doing good. You can see he's eating. There. Good guy. Good guy.
Nope, missed.
There. Look at him. There we go.
He hides in the background. Next to the heap.
Delicious. Oh. How about when you get a cricket eye? Cricket
eye.
Cricket foot in your eye? One more. Nice. Good job, buddy. Fantastic. We just redid, well, Bree just redid his tank. Give him a little bit more security around his basking spot. Opened up his cool side a little bit more. So, he's doing great. Chugging on the 18-year-old leopard gecko. Very first reptile I ever got was Striker. This guy right here. All right, now after Striker, we have moved on to the rehab strawfris that we got from the somebody's very jealous. Dinner? Hello? Yeah, so this is the male that we got from Europe. He came in super bone skinny, and now he is what you guys see. He's eating, pounding back food at an alarming rate. And the beautiful thing about strawfris is they are crazy when it comes to food. Absolute little psychos. He's really struggling with that back leg.
I feel bad.
She's like, snacks, hello, is that for me? Alrighty. Oh. Nope. Nope. No. I think that leg like got stuck. Oh, there he goes. Fantastic little guy. This next portion is going to be the snake feeding. So if you're not comfortable with snake feeding, you're not comfortable with dead, frozen, thawed mice, time to click off. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you click subscribe if you want to see more. For those of you that are still here and want to see the snake feeding, why don't we go do that now? We got a bunch of hogs that we're going to be feeding. Let's get going.
Every hognose we sell basically comes with a card that shows their morph, their sex, what day they hatched. Basically every single time we fed them, the last time I've weighed them, what day that was.
Basically all the hognoses that you're about to see are for sale. So if you guys are interested, make sure you click down below thejunglevault.ca, email, Facebook, Instagram, all those things. We answer very quick. So check us out if you're in the States. We also ship there. EU, like we said, we can ship out there, and the UK as well. So let's get feeding. So this is Pencil. Maddie, if you're watching this video, you will know what we're talking about when we say that.
Pencil is a very good eater. Most of the time. There he is.
Oh my goodness. And in typical hognose fashion, just slam it back. No regard for the world.
Yeah, if you guys are wondering what that white powder is, I do dust them with calcium and vitamins, so this is Calcium Plus. He is for sale.
Maddie.
He's an amazing big boy who eats really well.
He's growing so fast.
Yeah, he's on fuzzies now instead. Yeah.
You can see just how big he's growing, how well he's eating. He's eaten like a horse since the very beginning.
4 days after he hatched, he's eaten an unscented pinky, and hasn't skipped a meal since. These guys did a switchy.
That's a pretty good strike for a hognose.
This one's not available anymore.
Yep, she was actually just purchased today. Allie, thank you very much.
And as you can see, she is a great eater. Hognoses, everybody. Okay, from the middle.
Nice.
Standard
Classic
hognose.
Yeah,
Can you eat this on your own side?
I'm surprised that one can still even do a switcheroo.
He is very large, and somehow he manages to go from this side to this side.
And you're gonna struggle with that, I promise.
He's going the wrong way, too.
Oh boy. All right, good luck.
He's very pretty. For some reason, he's not been taken.
Yeah, I'm shocked. This is really nice. Anaconda.
No, she likes food.
Nice. There's another reverse stripe female.
Thinking about keeping her, so buy her fast.
Alrighty, that is the reverse stripe anaconda and the normal anaconda. This one's gorgeous. I'm not sure how it stayed, and I mean this one is too, but you can't really see her all that well.
He's very small.
So run,
but believe it or not, he eats these giant pinkies
every time.
He's just gung-ho about it.
He's got a very reduced head stamp compared to the other one.
Yeah, he's really pretty, but he's only 5 grams, and people are shocked he takes full-size pinkies. And he never hesitates. He chugs them down. He hatched out such a little tiny thing.
You've done. Finite.
Scarfing it down. And there's a really pretty albino in here.
I can't believe this albino hasn't sold. It's so dumb.
Food. This is another one from my smaller clutch that they've been eating since they hatched.
Yeah, they haven't missed a meal either.
Nope.
Gorgeous albino. She's super well saturated as well. It's kind of hard to tell in the iPhone video, but she's super saturated.
And it is a male.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh. He's super saturated.
All right, see if that other one wants to eat.
Alrighty, and now we're just going back to this super conda, het albino. It's kind of freaking out a bit earlier. What?
They won't eat when they're freaking out, but when they're not freaking out, they will happily eat.
There we go. Just like that. Nice. There we go. Alrighty, and that concludes the for sale hognoses. Now we can move to this gorgeous sunburst. Yeah, she doesn't have a name yet, so if you guys have any good name suggestions, she is a sunburst.
Sunburst tiger.
Tiger.
She's got a little chip in her nose. Hello. Yep. The camera does not capture the orange.
No, it really doesn't. She's like a creamsicle color almost. Stunning. Stunning snake.
And she's very dramatic.
That is the sunburst.
Finish that. I really like the pattern. Look at splits in the middle right there.
Yeah, it's like an arrowhead almost. Oh, that's sick. I like that. Moving on to the gray banded king snakes, we have some beautiful selections here. Bree is very good.
Okay.
Wow, okay. We've had no issues with these guys at all taking fuzzies. Unscented fuzzies, too. Or pinkies, I mean.
I know that can be a task to get eaten.
Yeah.
I seem to have a thing for snakes that have a task to get eating.
True. Alrighty, we'll leave her be. And we can move on to the next Alterna. Alrighty, moving on to the next gray band.
He's in here.
He's always in there.
He likes his little tube.
Nope.
There he goes. He's going to drag it back into the tube. Go on.
Alrighty, well that makes that quick. Nice, thank you very much. Now we're moving on to Sedona. This is my Arizona mountain king snake, or Lamprepeltis pyromilana woodeni. She's like, nope, peace.
Oh.
Right there. Oh, I saw a tongue flick. I see a tongue flick. Get it. Oh, anger.
I have not gotten her to take from tongs a single time.
Yeah, you're right.
So she seems to like it when I just leave it right there.
And we'll check back on her in an hour or two and make sure it's gone.
Usually it's in within the next 3 minutes.
Usually it's like 2 minutes, but...
I leave her alone, look back, and it's gone.
Yeah, the Savu is a little bit of a pain in the butt to feed. Typically, he won't take anything from tongs. He's normally a very,
Do you see him?
No, I don't. He's not there. He's right under his head. He is very explosive when it comes to anything, really. Pretty much everything, actually. As you'll probably see in a short moment. Oh, oh.
No, it's really dirty. Okay.
Oh boy.
My fingers are too close. Missed.
Dude.
Get it.
Hit it. There.
He gets it sometimes, and then
boy.
he doesn't get it sometimes. Oh,
Now
God.
he's zooming. That is the fun that is Savu pythons.
Especially babies.
Especially babies, yeah.
Kind of firecrackers.
Yeah, apparently he'll get to a point where he just takes it and eats it.
Without
But right now
throwing a fit
is not that point. So we'll just put him back
check on it later.
and we'll check on him in a little while. Here we have the mangrove, Boega dendrophylla melanota. He is in his coconut hide there where we left the pinky, but he has never eaten from tongs ever in his life. So
As long as he eats.
yeah, we'll just leave him be, and he will take that pinky when he's ready.
From the depths.
All right, down here we have the land shark, the only of the more adult hognoses that we are currently feeding. She's not ready to breed, so we're not putting her down for a break.
Periscope.
Beep. And what?
Do you want to just...
What is she doing?
What was that? That was really stupid.
Defeated. What the heck was that? Enjoy your meal. Now the last 2 mice go to Saguaro, the male Lamprepeltis Milano, wouldn't I?
Who's always down to eat.
Yeah, he's always hungry. Here we go. Simple, bing bang boom. And the last but not least to feed is Scoria, the OG gray-banded king.
She's like, I wanted that, but...
Normally she eats great, but I guess today is the exception to that.
Well, we'll put it there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there for her. The rest of the snakes, we have a couple more hogs that are in brumation. We have the beautiful Brazilian rainbow boa down here. We feed him very sparingly, so he's not getting fed today. You guys saw the turtles. The only one that did not get fed is her, the beautiful Thai bamboo rat snake. You can see she is a little chunky, and she definitely does not need to be fed. So she is not being fed today, and will get fed next time. That pretty much wraps it up. That is everything in the reptile room. All right, you guys, I want to thank you all very much for watching this video. It has been a blast. I've had so much fun filming this. Bree, behind the camera, has helped me out so much. This reptile room is not possible to maintain without the both of us. I want to thank you guys all very much. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you leave them in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, you can also click subscribe because you don't want to miss more feeding videos, reptile builds, all the craziness that's going to come this month and into the new year. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.